What is up, guys? Zack here from the Chaos Galaxy, and it's nearly Christmas, which means it's nearly time for set 1 of the Chaos Galaxy to be released onto the Game Crafter. So to get you in the festive mood for the Christmas countdown, I'm going to be doing a top 10 countdown of my top 10 best cards in the Chaos Galaxy TCG set 1. So these are the ones you're going to want to look out for when you guys finally get your hands on some packs. Also, if you haven't entered my Design Your Own Chaos Galaxy card competition, there'll be a link in the description below, and your card could be featured in set 1 of the Chaos Galaxy. So make sure you enter that if you haven't already. Also, this is going to be a top 10 list of the cards which I think are the best on their own, or the most game-changing cards. Not the ones that are like, oh, if you can manage to play this, it's going to be the best. Or like, if you play this at the right time, it's going to win you the game. Because going by that logic, then Point would be the best card in the game, because as if you're on 19 points, if you draw the card Point, you've won the game. There's going to be no stopping that. So to prevent stuff like that happening, I'm just going on those sort of rules. The best sort of individual card to help you out in a game and help you win a game for good. So starting at number 10, it's everyone's favourite little ball of fun from the planet Syndion. It's Orbov. Although his 70 power and 70 health might not look that impressive at first, Orbov's ability is why I've put him on this list. So during your opponent's turn, only once per game, if your Orbov has been killed, you can free play him back to your planet to stop your opponent's attack, or just protect your planet, or just sit there for a while if you want. So he's the way you can save your life to help you live for an extra turn. That's the reason why he's on this list. But also it's because he works in great conjunction with some of the other cards that go with his planet. For example, Divine Doom, which is a really powerful card. To be able to use it, you must kill a Syndion creature from your hand. So if you kill your Orbov, then it's sat with the rest of your other killed cards, and you can just use this ability to play it back later. And it's like you didn't even have to pay a cost at all for Divine Doom, because you get your Orbov back later anyway. So that's why he's on my list, because he can save your life and he's a really versatile card. Number 9, this is going up in power a bit more now. It's the creature from the planet Sindel, Pelfam. With a whopping 7 stars and a solid 330 power and 300 health. Pelfam's just an all-round beast, and his ability makes him even better, because he has the ability that when he's cost played, you return 1 card on your opponent's planet to their hand, and that can be any card, like a powerful creature with loads of stars that they'll then have to pay those stars again to play him later in the game. But also, if your opponent's got any creature attached to quite a few attachment cards, if you use Pelfam's ability to put the creature back in your opponent's hand, all those attachment cards will die because they're not attached to anything. So Pelfam can really get past some of your opponent's more difficult cards with his ability. Number 8 now is the first resource card in the video, and it's Slush Infestation. Now, I didn't think this card would be that good when I made it, but having played against it in games, it's really freaking annoying. If you don't know what it does, you basically play it to your opponent's planet in any one of their empty zones, and then your opponent can't play things in that zone. But the reason why it's so good is that, apart from the fact that it stops your opponent's plays, so say they want to play a big combiner creature card, if they only have 2 creature zones, you can play this in one of them, and then your opponent won't be able to play that card. But also, in set 1, I haven't made very many cards at all that can kill cards on your own planet. So if you get a Slush Infestation played against you, it's pretty much going to be there for the rest of the game, because they haven't really made any cards yet that can deal with it. So if Slush Infestation was released in set 2, it probably wouldn't be on this list. But because it can't be stopped at the moment, that's why it's number 8 on this list. The next card, moving back to the creatures, it's one of my personal favourites, and it is Meltalon. He's featured in so many of my battle videos, and he's got a huge 400 power and 400 health, and for a 6 star that's just unheard of. Although his ability means he loses 50 power and health at the end of every turn, this can be turned into a positive thing, like the card Upside Down Realm, for example. Which is a combo that my friends like to use against me for some reason. You can just play Pelfam quite easily because he has quite low stars, do some massive attack with him taking out an opponent's boss monster with the 400, and then he can just sit there and protect your planet as his health and power gradually go down, and he's done his job anyway by then. So yeah, that's why Meltalon earns a spot on this list. Number 6 now, and this is the first attachment card of the video. It's the rare card Eternity Amulet. And when the attached creature kills another creature, it gains that creature's power and health. So even if you attach this to just a mediocre 4-star creature, if that kills another creature, it's going to be pretty powerful. And then if it kills another one, which it probably will do because it's going to be pretty powerful, like I said, then it's going to be just like unstoppable. And it doesn't come at any cost at all. This is just a really, really strong card. It's going to definitely cause some problems once set 1 comes out. Getting into the top half of the list now with number 5, and this is definitely a fan favourite card in the game. It's the biggest 4-star creature in the entire game, and his name is, of course, Dare. With a huge 340 power, which I've even considered dropping down at some points during the course of the Chaos Galaxy because it's so damn powerful. Dare's 340 health can't even be beaten by Pelfam, which is a 7-star creature. It's ridiculous how much stronger he is than all the other 4-star creatures in the game. And the positives don't even stop there. If you use it from his planet card, the planet Barrow, you can swap his power and health round, meaning he'd have 340 power if you want to use him as a more offensive card. And I mean, just look at his face as well. Next up, number 4 now, we're getting to the really powerful ones here. It's the first really rare card of the video, and it is the attachment card Phantom Matter. If you don't know what it does, you choose one creature out of your opponent's killed cards and you just free play it to your planet, attach it to Phantom Matter. You don't have to pay any stars, lose any points, nothing. And you just get that creature for free, whether you want it for its power, whether you want it for its ability, or whether you just want to have it because you like the creature. Phantom Matter will just take anything off your opponent. The only reason why it's not higher up on the list is because if something were to happen for the Phantom Matter, whether it's killed, returned to the opponent's hand or something, then the creature will leave with it. So if anything happens to Phantom Matter, the creature dies, because I think if I didn't put that ability on there, it would just be too powerful. But yeah, Phantom Matter, absolute monster of a card. Absolute phantom of a card, I should say. Number 3. Now, number 3 might surprise a few of you, because I think a lot of people would have this as their number 1 card on their top 10s list. It's the most powerful creature in the game, and that is, of course, the almighty Cranchon. With that amazing 500 power. It's the only card in the game that can get you 5 points with a single attack on its own. If you attack with Cranchon 4 times, you have won the game. There is no other card you need, you have won. The reason why he's not number 1 is because, firstly, he costs 8 stars to play, which is quite a high price. Secondly, 320 power, it can be beaten by a few things. Admittedly, there aren't that many, and it's still just such a formidable force to go against. If you just see your opponent with a Cranchon on their planet, I'd get pretty scared, and rightfully so, because that 500 power is going to do so much damage when set 1 comes out. So yeah, Cranchon, 3rd best card in set 1 in my opinion. There you go. Brings us to number 2. Which brings us to number 2, and this is Cranchon's counterpart. It's the other ridiculously rare card in the game, and it's the resource card, Galaxy Crash. Now this is probably the most powerful card in set 1. Not the best, in my opinion, obviously, because it's number 2, but the most powerful. If you don't know what it does, it kills every creature on both players' planets, and that's why it's not number 1. If you killed every creature on your opponent's planet, it would be number 1. But because the one downside is that it kills any creatures on your planet, that's why it's number 2. Of course, if you play it tactically whilst your opponent's got some creatures out and you don't have any, then it's perfect. But because you're normally going to have some creatures on your planet, that's why it's lower down the list. But yeah, Galaxy Crash, definitely an amazing card that you're going to have to look out for. Before I get to number 1, I just want to bring up a few honourable mentions, because I think there are some amazing cards in set 1, and I just can't mention them all in a top 10 video, obviously, because there's 100 cards in the set. But quick honourable mentions include Humongous Ancient Rockman, Blaze Elixir, the Creature Conjurer, and Guster. I think these are all really solid cards that you should look out for, but unfortunately I just couldn't fit them into this list anywhere. So yeah. Which brings us to the moment you've all been waiting for, number 1. And that card is, of course, Demented Chicken. And that card is KO. Now, you might think this is a bit weird, and it's like, why would you want KO? Yeah, that only weakens creatures, it doesn't even kill them like Galaxy Crash. But hear me out on this. If you don't know what KO does, it basically reduces the attached creature's health to 0. And this is why it's number 1. It is an absolutely amazing card that will work in any galaxy. And work against any creature, no matter its health, whether it's a Dare, whether it's a Demented Chicken guy, like I said before, whether it's Cranchon, whatever. KO is going to help you get around it. But the reason why I've put it as number 1 is because, say your opponent has a Cranchon on their planet, and let's say you have a Slush on your planet. If you don't know, Slush is the worst card in the game. 10 power, 10 health, no ability. He's also a rare, which I did literally just to annoy everyone who gets him in a pack, sorry. If you have this Slush and your opponent has a Cranchon, and you attach KO to that Cranchon, this Slush will be able to kill Cranchon, and that's why KO is number 1, because it allows Slush to kill anything. Now, I've had a game with my no-name friend where I was using Cranchon and the Slush killed it with this combo. Do you guys have any idea how heartbreaking it is to see a creature like Cranchon get killed by a Slush? If you do, then I'm sure you will put KO as the most powerful card in set 1 as well. Because it can literally just make any creature absolutely useless. Without any cost, it's not preventable or anything. And it's just can be used by anyone. As long as your opponent is using creatures, KO will be useful. And that's why it's number 1 on this list. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video. I know it was just a bit of fun and I didn't show you any new cards or anything. But at the end of the day, this is a card game that is just made for fun. Although it is my passion as well. So yeah, what I want to know now though is what your top 10 list for set 1 would be. I'd be really interested to see which cards you guys think I missed out, or if you have any different opinions than me. Just don't go crazy and all ragey in the comments for my choices, because it is just a matter of opinion at the end of the day. So yeah, thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you want to see more of these top 10s. I could do something like, top 10 attachments or top 10 creatures. So yeah, please like, comment, subscribe, enter the competition if you haven't done already. I'll see you guys next time. Bye.